Welcome to Oktoberfest, the largest folk festival in the world.
With attendance over 5 million people annually. It takes place here in the capital city of Germany, in Munich. And we've just arrived and look at the madness around.
It's crazy, and we want to soak up the Bavarian history and culture.
Because Oktoberfest is not only about the beer, but as Michael said, about the culture, delicious traditional food, and all the history it has.
So we want to take you around this craziness.
And tell you a little bit more what to do and also what not to do and learn from our mistakes. One of the mistakes to definitely avoid here in Oktoberfest is trying to eat these cookies in the shape of heart with all the different typing on it, because they were made far before the Oktoberfest, months and months in advance, which means they are not fresh, they are a little bit hard to eat, they are very cute, but I don't recommend eating them, as there is so much different fresh food all around.
One of the things I would never ever do in Oktoberfest is going on this grass, which is located on the sides of the areal, as you know, people are doing not nice things here after being so intoxicated. I mean, it's so gross actually.
There are around 20 tents all around Oktoberfest, and this is our first attempt to get inside one of them. If you are a group of more people, you can make like a reservation before, but there are always free places where you can go without the reservation. Oh my goodness, it's such a madness, so let's go. It's like entering an ice hockey stadium.
Siamo qua.
I'm speechless. I wasn't prepared for this.
So, first food well deserved in Oktoberfest, WURST, the sausage. That looks quite good. I have a cabbage on the top. So let's try this out. The sausage also has some like spices and herbs inside. The cabbage is sour. I like it. It's such a strong flavor actually.
To be honest, this is way better than I thought. Because the sausage is not just plain basic, it's really good, it's like flavored from the inside. It's a beef sausage with the cabbage on the top, and it's really tasty, and also the bread is fresh, so it's really crispy and I love it.
So, this one is without.
Cheers! Woo! Not the biggest one, what they offer, but I think it will be enough as a starter.
Alright, we really needed to get out of the craziness of Oktoberfest and just, you know,
To let things a little bit settled.
yeah, escape the madness and just think about the whole event and all the experiences. And as we want to keep it real over here with you guys, we felt like it's really right to summarize all the things and
Tell you about what we experienced from the beginning to the end. As we spent several hours there, we tried to capture as much as we could.
yeah, I mean, like we were prepared, let's say, that it will be really crazy, but honestly, I wasn't expecting to be this crazy.
It all started very well because we decided to leave our car in the outskirts of Munich and take the train. It was actually one train only, directly to the place where the Oktoberfest is happening, which was very good.
Yeah.
We came quite early but
Yeah, at that point I was like, okay, I read an article and some, you know, people told us that they are not allowed like a big luggage bags and you know, big backpacks. But as we had our camera and all the gear with us, we needed some backpacks, so we took like a little bit over the limit, let's say. But yeah,
but
we
the
are
limit is
kicked
like
out.
20 by 10 by 5, I think. So
Yeah.
it was a very small bag. We were very minimalistic, actually.
I mean, of course, those are the rules, and I cannot blame anyone. But it was a little bit upsetting, like the first, you know, first thing you experience there. Welcome in the reality that we were sent back with our bag, where we have like 2 or 3 things literally, but it wasn't fitting perfectly into their measures. It was like few centimeters bigger, and they sent us like in such a rude way, like not the left, not the left. And then they started to speak something in German. We didn't understand. We're like, can you just explain it to us? Like, what's the problem? Like, you can have a look what's inside the bag, and you know, all the stuff. I got there like a sweater and our other lens and our wallet, and that was it. But to be honest, I'm pissed off. This is how the day begins. So we are waiting for the train to go back to the parking lot. Then we need to drop our bag, and I don't know, we probably will just take the camera with us, and then we need to go all the way back, and it's like about 20 minutes train ride. So yeah, 1 hour just riding there and back and waiting for the train. So don't make this mistake, please, if you ever come here, and don't take anything bigger than this. So that was a little bit upsetting, but okay. Then we enter like through the main gate.
I mean, you saw people rushing to the entry points like 1 kilometer away. There was already like a line of people.
Yeah.
Full, like the streets are closed around there, so it's just like,
I mean, we were not
crazy.
waiting in the line, it was still moving, but yeah, it was like a huge crowd.
yeah.
But okay, then we entered and we were like, okay, this is crazy, people are all around having fun, you know, enjoying. We're like, okay, let's have fun, let's look around. We wanted to have a lunch or eat something over there, but it wasn't possible, honestly, because besides the tents, there are also like a beer gardens where there are tables outside where you can also sit and have a lunch or eat something, drink something. You don't need to make a reservation, but the waiting times were like crazy. Like, I don't know, we were told that we would wait 1.5 hours for the food, so we're like, this is probably not for us. So we decided just to walk around and grab something to eat from those stalls, which was actually really delicious. Like, the food we tried was awesome.
Actually, we bought like 3 different types of dishes, right?
Yeah.
And like from the salty ones to sweet ones, and they were really good.
Apparently, very famous sweet thing over here is fruit covered in chocolate, like different types of fruit in white or dark chocolate. So I really needed to try it. So these are like strawberries covered in dark chocolate. Not sure if I should wait until it melts a bit or I should eat it, so I don't know, I'll start. This is so good.
Another traditional sweet pastry is Krapfen and Apfeltasche. I mean, I cannot decide which one to take first, but I would go with this one.
Right next to you. Next table, I'm sitting right next to you. I want to know.
So soft. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, people are sometimes a little bit insane and annoying here as the alcohol levels are going up and up. Krapfen with marmalade. The sugar on the top.
10 von 10.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, look at this. Those are like real pieces of apple. I thought it would be grated, but it's like really full of apples and cinnamon, and it's really delicious.
And obviously we had some beers, and the fun thing is that the beers which are served are only from Munich area, which I don't complain, as I had a great experience actually. It was very good.
Maybe one of the things I really want to mention is it can be expected to find some people who want to scam you at such a big event. So just be careful that the Oktoberfest itself is a free event, and we saw multiple people trying to sell tickets, you know, to other people which were clueless. So never ever buy a ticket from anyone like this. The only thing which you can pay for is the reservation in the tent, but that can be only made within an official website. Well, despite being warned by multiple people from Germany, we were expecting that it's maybe not as pictured, the whole Oktoberfest, but yeah. We wanted to experience by ourselves, you know, and to catch the vibe and everything, but to be honest...
The opposite side of well-looking folk festival are the people who are intoxicated all around, within and outside of the area.
Yeah, in such a bad way. I mean, I understand that this festival has like a deep cultural and historical meaning, but it was so gross, honestly. Like, the picture we get is...
We even saw multiple people getting taken by the ambulance as they were like unconscious from getting so much alcohol in their blood.
Yeah, like young women and nicely dressed people, you know. It was so sad for me to look at such people. It was beyond the point where it's fun anymore,
Yeah,
you know.
actually, I think it was quite annoying sometimes. Like, you got annoyed a few times by people.
I mean, like, we were
like,
together and drunk people were, you know, like approaching to me. I mean, it wasn't in the fact that I would be scared, but it was so stupid. I don't know how to even say it. And it was just, okay, what is the time now? It's not even, you know, dark. So I was like, what the heck is going on here after dark, like in the evening? Because it was 10 a.m. and people were already lying on the ground, like really bad conditions.
We didn't stay until the darkness, but I can imagine that it can also possibly go wrong at some point with some people.
Yeah, and I can imagine that it can be also dangerous. Like some of those big glasses, like beer mags,
They are like 1 kilogram.
Yeah, like huge. And
they
I
are
don't know
everywhere.
if people start fighting, or I don't know what can happen. I mean, okay.
I think we already saw like few beginning of the fight or some like nasty conversation between the people.
Yes.
I think we left in the right time.
We didn't really film those situations and those people because it's kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't like to be filmed in such a situation, you know, so you can imagine by yourself, but there is quite a good video about this I saw on the internet, and we can just put it over here. It's a little bit ironic, but it has some. So if you're looking for an answer if the Oktoberfest is worth visiting, well, it depends what you are looking for. Maybe if you want to experience it a little bit peaceful, I would suggest coming during the week in the morning, because that's the time when it can be a little bit less crowded and a little bit less crazy, let's say.
But at the same time, if you are willing to meet new people and just socialize, I think it's always an experience to go on the last weekend of happening on Saturday. This vlog was, I would say, a little bit different than usual, but we want to really, as Natalia said, stay honest with you and reflect the feelings we have from places we are visiting. So hopefully you found this vlog helpful.
Yeah, and we hopefully didn't upset you. I mean, if there are any fans of Oktoberfest, go for it. I mean, it's just not for us, I would say.
But anyway, if you would have any questions regarding Oktoberfest, feel free to drop them down in the comment sections and we'll try to answer it as far as we know.
But the next week's episode is gonna be completely different, as we are heading to Swiss mountains, where we will be completely alone in the nature in the mountains. So stay tuned, and if you guys love what we are doing, please subscribe to our channel so we can continue taking you to beautiful places all around.
Thank you for watching and see you next week.
Bye!